I mean, because we've just discussed briefly the cracks that are showing, and the cracks being the Dutch farmers, the cracks being the Yellow Vest movement, the
Yes.
cracks, the headlines that just today I was reading about the backlash in Germany against
Yeah.
the heat pump mandates.
Yeah.
You wrote a piece that where you were citing an article that was in the FT about the lack of green workers, of alternative energy workers. I don't call any of it green. I don't think any of it is green.
It's not.
It's
It's
not
not.
clean. It's alt energy. It's alternative energy. It's not. There's no. Even the term renewable is a marketing term. It's alternative energy. It's an alternative to hydrocarbons and I would argue nuclear. But is
Yeah.
it? But is this facade cracking? Because the, I mean, again. I think what intrigues me about how you approach this is more as a cultural critic, right? As so and is this a new culture war? And is this energy dominance kind of or energy well, I don't know, energy totalitarianism? I mean, we're kind of borrowing what you is
Very
that
well
going
said.
is that there is a big resistance that is showing across the EU. Is this going destined to fail? How far does this continue?
I really don't know. I can only hope it doesn't continue for much longer. And I find these protests in France, I find the backlash against the heat pumps in Germany really promising signs, and the farmers' protests in the Netherlands. To me, these are really promising signs, signs of hope that people are not having it. Because my overall impression when all this really strong push towards a transition accelerated in the past year or so. I was thinking, well, apparently Western Europe wants to try its hand at totalitarianism because they think they can do it better than we did before. And you can't do totalitarianism better. There's only one way you can do it. You can do totalitarianism, you know. There's no good way to go. But so I think there is hope. I actually expected protests to begin earlier last winter, but it turned out to be, milder. And apparently, people needed greater momentum and more exorbitant energy bills to spring into action, which is now happening. And there was also this sense of security among politicians that they can pretty much do whatever they want and people will not object to it because people are buying the transition narrative. Apparently, this is not the case, which is great.